Welcome to you all in this online class. Dear student, as you know, today's our topic of discussion is the union government, the legislature. This is the chapter of civics. We have to learn what is the meaning of legislature, what is union government, is any government except union government, why the title of this chapter is given union government. All these things we have to learn. In class 7, I have taught you and you have already studied that the government has three organs. One is called legislature, other is called executive, and third one is known as judiciary. Okay? So these are the three organs of the government about which in this class, about each body of the government, we have to study chapter wise. In this chapter, you are going to learn about the legislature. In next chapter, you will learn about the executive, and after that, in third chapter, you will learn about the judiciary. So we have to learn one by one about all these things. Now here you see, this is the diagram. Actually, when you will see the book, this is related with the second or third paragraphs, but I have started from its beginning. Actually, in the starting of your chapter, main subject of the paragraph is what? Why did India opt the federal form of government? Why there was need to form such type of government to run India? I will discuss this matter. First, you learn about the meaning of union government. Actually, there are three levels of government in federal form of government. Right? The structure of यानी कॉम्पोजिशन बनावट जो होती है यूनियन गवर्नमेंट की वो कैसे होता है, किसको कहते हैं यूनियन गवर्नमेंट, दिस इज द मैटर ऑफ व्हाट इज दिस. Actually, there are three levels of government. One is called union government, that is called central government or national government. All these three name is reserved for the same government. The union government or the national government or the central government. All these three are same. The union government is formed by the help of these three organizations, three parts, three organs. First is known as the legislature, second is called the executive, and third is called the judiciary. Is it clear? The legislature is called, the union legislature is called parliament. What is called? Parliament. Parliament has two houses. One is called Lok Sabha and other is called Rajya Sabha. And both these Sabha, both these assembly or council, both these group along with the president makes parliament. Parliament has three parts. First Lok Sabha, second Rajya Sabha, and third president. Because you know what is parliament? Actually, parliament is law making body. Its main function is what? To make law. And law without having the signature of president is invalid. What happens? Before making law, first of all, what is done? Regarding which subject the law is to be made, proposal is brought in parliament. Right? A written document is presented to make the law in the concerned area is brought in the parliament. This is called proposal. And when this proposal is accepted for discussion in Parliament and discussion continues or goes on over the topic, that phase of the proposal is known as bill. And when bill is passed by Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, it is sent to the President for signature, for his consent, for his acceptance. And when the President accepts the bill or sign, then it becomes law. Okay. In short, you have to learn just now. Parliament's main work is law, to make law. It is law making body. It has two house, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Other part of the union government is the executive. Executive is formed by the President, the Prime Minister, and the Council of Ministers, along with some high-rank civil servants, high-rank officials. That is not given in your book in class 8, but you should learn. Here you have to learn the President, the Prime Minister, and the Union Council of Ministers form the executive. What is the main work of the executive? To implement the law or implementation of law. I mean, law is executed, brought in practice, implemented, executed. I mean, make it into practice, brought in existence. In this way, legislature makes law, executive implements law. Now, third organ is what? The judiciary. It is called Supreme Court of India. The Chief Justice of India with 25 judges makes judiciary. The sitting judges, the number of sitting judges is 25, but maximum can be 31. M for maximum. Maximum can be 31. And its main work is interpretation of laws. I mean, the explanation of laws to solve the disputes. Suppose legislature makes the law, made the law, executive executed the law, but some people, suppose, will not obey the laws, will disobey the laws. Then what will happen? He will be the culprit, he will be the accused. How? Who will decide? The judiciary will decide. Suppose any conflict take place between the legislature and executive, which will finalize? Judiciary will finalize. So in this way, these are the three organs of the government, and this is called union government. But we have to learn in this chapter only about the union, I mean the legislature. In this way, you have to learn. Now next is here. Why do we object? Why do we object, or better it will be, okay, why did we opt federal form of government, right? Why did we opt federal form of government? Our government is called federal form of government. What is the meaning of federal form of government? Actually, there are two types of government: unitary form of government and federal form of government, right? Here, better it will be, you learn here. Actually, here you see, now, actually, in federal form of government, क्या होता है? It creates a new nation. I mean, in federal form, there are some levels of government. right? In federal form of government, there are some level of government. For example, in India, there are 3 levels of government. One is called union government, other is called state government, and third is called local self-government, right? This system is borrowed in India from the Constitution of Australia. Now, next is here, in such type of government, power is divided between state government and central government. I mean, in different levels of government, right? Power is divided into the different levels of government. But in unity form of government, power is not divided. Center remains all powerful. Next important feature of federal form of government is what? Each level has different powers. I mean, union government has different power, state government has different, local self has some jurisdiction of powers. Now, third one is what? Disputes between the 2 levels of government are decided by the independent authority, constitutional court, Supreme Court or High Court. I mean by the judiciary. Have you understood? The 3 levels, main you have seen. The government is set up at different levels. You are seeing here union government, state government, local government. Next important feature of or quality or merit of this system is what? Power is divided between different levels of government. You have already studied power is divided in 3 lists of subjects are made: union list, subject list, and concurrent list. Union list is for the union government, subject list is for state government, state list is for state government, and concurrent is for both. What we see? The main features of federal form of government is matching with our government, system of government. It is why I have said you here, this government form is applied here. Okay. Later on we will discuss. First, we have to do it here. Now here, so India, why did we opt फेडरल फॉर्म ऑफ गवर्नमेंट? क्यों हमने फेडरल फॉर्म को किया? तो आपने क्या देखा कि फेडरल फॉर्म में डिफरेंट लेवल ऑफ गवर्नमेंट होता है, पावर का भी डिवीजन होता है, डिस्प्यूट को खत्म करने के लिए कोर्ट होती है, इसमें मैक्सिमम लोगों का पार्टिसिपेशन होता है. इसी के लिए इंडिया में आया. क्यों आया इंडिया में? बिकॉज इंडिया इज ए लैंड ऑफ डाइवर्सिटीज. आई मीन people of different languages, different climatic conditions, geographical locations, languages, religion, caste, creed, community are living together, right? So, in such a type of government, a single unified administrative system, I mean, a government which had the only one type of system to run was impossible or difficult. It is why federal form of government was applied to set up the various levels of government, so different levels of people and different communities of people can get their involvement in the country or the government. And its basic aim was to bring unity in diversity by setting up the harmony, coordination and cooperation in different communities to achieve national goals. तो ये आंसर हुआ आपका इस क्वेश्चन का, why did we opt or why do we opt federal form of government, right, in our constitution? It is why, because this is the best form of government for the country like India, where the different groups of people, different communities, the people of different religion, caste, creed, community people live together. Here there was need to have such a government where the people from all sections of people could get or can get the representation, and it is possible only in such type of government. It is why this type of government we have adopted. Is it clear? In this way, this is the main reason behind the behind to follow this type of system. So this is the answer why do we opt. Now next is, here we see different levels of government in federal structure. In your third or fourth paragraph of your book, the matter is related about this slide. There are three main levels of government: union government, state government, and local government. Local government is of two types, about which you have studied in class 6. Urban area local self-government and rural area government. In urban area, municipal corporation, municipal council, nagar, panchayat, and in rural area, Jila Parishad, Block Samiti, and Gram Panchayat. Let me know about the federation. You know, in whole world, there are two types of government: federal form of government and unitary form of government. But federal, what is federal? Federation means association, group, right? When many countries became independent after defeating their colonial power, there was a question before them, which type of government they should frame. So there are two types of main form of government: federal form of government and यूनिटरी फॉर्म ऑफ गवर्नमेंट. तो फेडरल फॉर्म का क्या फीचर है, मैंने अभी बताया आपको. ये फीचर है कि न्यू लेवल ऑफ गवर्नमेंट जो है ऑस्ट्रेलिया के कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन से इसको लिया गया है. फेडरेशन में पावर का डिवीजन होता है, डिवाइड पावर बिटवीन सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट एंड टू और मोर रीजनल पावर्स. नेक्स्ट, ईच लेवल हैज डिफरेंट पावर्स. And third is, disputes between two levels of government are solved by the judiciary. So how federation is made here? There are two types of federation: coming together federation and holding together federation. Students, be clear that this matter is not described in your book. But to clear the meaning of federation, I have quoted it from class 10th syllabus. There are so many things there, but only a few words, 2 points I have quoted from there. So coming together federation कैसा होता है? Under this, independent states come together on their own to form a bigger unit. वो आपस में मिलकर एक bigger unit country बनाते हैं. छोटा छोटा स्टेट मिलकर के एक country बनाते हैं. Okay, and all constituent states usually have equal power. सबको उसमें बराबर हिस्सा होता है, and states enjoy the certain amount of autonomy, freedom to some extent, but they remain under the one government. और holding together federation दूसरे टाइप का होता है, जिसमें होता है कि a large country decides to divide its power between the constituent units, different groups, different parts of the country and the national government. Under this, a large country decides to divide its power between the constituent units, between the provinces and the national government. एक national government होता है और rest जो है provincial government होता है. लेकिन इसमें क्या होता है कि central government मोर पावरफुल होता है. ज्यादा पावर किसके पास रहता है? सेंटर के पास. तो इन दिस वे दिस इज कॉल्ड फेडरेशन, एंड इंडिया हैज द फेडरल फॉर्म ऑफ गवर्नमेंट But be clear here. Here in India, there is not the pure form of federal form of government. It is the mixture of federal and unitary form of government, because some of the merits of both types of government match with our present form of government. So now this is the explanation of the facts given in your chapter. There are three levels of government: union government, state government, local government, right? And powers are divided among them. Now next is one point is here. Here the union list. There are 97 subjects in union list, right? These are defense, foreign affairs, war and peace, railway, post office, currency. All these are of national importance subject. All these subjects are of national importance. It is for whole country. It is why these are guided or are given in union list. And who can make the law over these subjects? Only the parliament, right? Only the parliament can make the law. Only the parliament can make the law, right? Only parliament can make the law over these topics. I have already said, in federal form of government, three levels of governments are there: union government, state level, and local self-government. In the same country, there are main two types of government. One is central government and other is state government. So there is maximum possibility of conflict between two or disputes between two over any topic. Suppose if there is any topic, any subject over which national government wants to make law, and on the same subject matter, state government also claims, then what will happen? Always conflict will come, and it will be very difficult to run the government smoothly. It is why, to avoid all these types of disputes and overlapping of their rights, all the subjects over which law can be made are divided into main three lists. One is called union list, other is called state list, and third is called concurrent list. And subjects are divided. And the jurisdiction, I mean, area of their right is also bifurcated, separated. For example, the subjects that is mentioned in union list, over these subjects only parliament, I mean central government, can make the law. State government cannot claim. Okay, so these are the subject matters. One advice I am giving to you: when you will get the time, you will search on your net about all the subjects of union list, subject list, and concurrent list. Next day, when I will teach you this topic again, will be recapitulated. I will try my best to feed some images regarding these subject matters to make it nice and attractive and productive also. Suppose I will give a image of here Defense Department, Railway, Post Office. No, I will make it. Actually, I had to take the test. It is right. Now, next is what? Next is, I'm sorry. Next is, this is concurrent list. Next would be state list, right? Union list, state list here. I am given here union list, but here what should be? there should be subject of state list, right? State list, state list subjects. Some examples. Total number of the subject is 66. For example, police, local government, health and sanitation, agriculture, right? Health and sanitation, agriculture, forest, etc. Who can make the law over this subject? The state government has the exclusive major power to make laws on these subjects. But in some certain condition, Parliament can make laws on such subject. If it is related with the interest of the whole nation, Parliament can get the right to make the law over such issues, right? Next is what? Concurrent list. Parliament as well as the state government can make law over this topic. But at last, central law prevails over the state laws in case of conflicts. If this is in the interest of the nation or national interest, the Parliament has power to make the law over such issues. The examples of concurrent list is what? Marriage, divorce, drugs and medicines, labor welfare, adulteration of foodstuffs, etc. And what is the total number of subjects in concurrent list? Earlier it was 47, but nowadays it is about 55 or 54, right? It is about 52. Now, there are 52 subjects, right? Nowadays, what is 52 subjects? Total number is what? Total number of subjects is what? 52, right? Total number is 52. And in this, on the all subjects, the Parliament get privilege or has more power to make the laws. So these are the main subject matters about which we have to study. Okay, so read the book, and next day we will discuss, we will continue again. So now here, you know, some, if you have the book, you see that page number 207, last paragraph. This is called the national government, right? Union government is called the national government. It is called central government and union government also, about which we have already discussed. Union government has three organs: the legislature, the executive, and judiciary. Now this is called Parliament. The union legislature is called Parliament. It is called Sansad also. It has two houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. And as I have already mentioned, Parliament means Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, and President, right? Parliament is bicameral. As you know, bicameral legislature means legislature having two houses, like Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha in center, and on state level, Legislative Assembly and Legislative Council. So in this way, Rashtrapati or President is also a part of Parliament. Next is executive It comprises by President of India, that is called Rashtrapati, Prime Minister, Union Council of Ministers, and third organ is judiciary. And fourth one is what? I mean third organ, judiciary, in which there is the Chief Justice of India, CJ, C for Chief, J for Justice of India.